If you haven't already, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you everyone that is new to my channel for subscribing, liking, sharing, and connecting. I put in the description box the Shopify, the Stripe, the 101 call link to Kenly, to shop for lip glosses, all that yada yada. If you feel led to sow, I put that information in too. Remember to sow to people that are spiritually feeding you. If you're not being spiritually fed, you're not obligated to sow into that person, right? But yeah, y'all, I have been getting attacked so much, and I don't even want to put all my business out there. It is awful. Like, you know what I mean? Um, from finances to mental health to spiritual health to everything, like literally everything is under attack. And I know that people have been experiencing the same type of attacks, you guys. The Lord is saying there's so many it's different groups, right, that the Lord has. But I'm going to get a specific, because I like, y'all know I like to break it down and work with the Lord to break it down through songs and stuff like that. I have gotten a couple of songs, and the Lord is getting these people together, honey, in many ways, shapes, and forms. And it's funny because I'm going through something, and I have a friend that, you know, is on YouTube on a platform, and we have the exact same situations going on, like literally it's almost identical. So just thank you so much for everybody that prays over me, my God, because yesterday was a very a swift shift in the spirit. And yeah, the enemy is coming for the hearts, right? He is trying to attack the heart. He wants you dead spiritually. The Lord showed me, what's the name of that little ugly thing, with the Grim Reaper? He showed me the Grim Reaper, and I know that that's a spiritual, hey divine, that is a spiritual attack. The enemy is trying to kill you spiritually, right? And there's another group that is not even necessarily that the enemy is trying to kill you spiritually. I remember Chrissy Jessie said on her live the other day, she talked about how she just revealed to us, right, for people who watch Chrissy Jessie, that her husband stood her up at the altar, right? And she was watching a video, and it dawned on her. But you guys, some of it needs to look dead. Like, I kid you not. Let it go. Let it go. Personally, I'm letting mine die, okay? And it's because I know that my God resurrects. Like, you know what I mean? God resurrects. Like, it's let it go, let it die. He can resurrect it. You know what I'm saying? If you truly trust him, you let it go and you let it die. So it's stuff like that it's like it has to look dead in order for the Lord to call it to resurrect it. So I don't know who that's for, but the Lord has been highlighting Lazarus, right? God needs to get to glory out of this situation. Like, yeah, if you stand for whatever it is, whether it be kingdom spouse, a job, whatever, right? Spiritual gifts. If you keep standing and standing and standing, and you say, oh yeah, I fought the good fight and I stood the whole time, yeah, kudos to you. But at the same time, the Lord will still get the glory in you saying, I literally handed it over completely to him and I sat down somewhere. You know what I mean? God will still get the glory out of that. Because sometimes people could get it confused with the vessel, right? The vessel did this, and look at this woman of God, look at this man of God, look how powerful they are, look how strong they are, look at how God uses them. Yeah, and it's like it's taken away from the attention that the Lord can give, okay? So I can come up here and say, y'all, I'm handing it over to God. It's a done deal. It's dead, okay? Period. And it could be dead because guess what? God can resurrect at any given moment, right? Oh, don't y'all, does anybody else do this? Let me stop. That feels so good. My allergies. Anyways, moving forward. Let me grow up. I'm working on a word closer than we think. Yeah. It's very much so closer than you think. It's going to come like a thief in the night. The Lord told me that as I was going to sleep, and my house is filthy. Like, there's dirt and then there's filth. Like, when I say it's stuff everywhere and it's hard to think. And right now I'm about to go to the gym. I'm going to try to blow some of that steam off and then go home and clean up and then rest a little bit. But even like the website, you guys, I'm so sorry. I apologize because I looked on there and the shipping still was not on there. I was like, Lord, I don't know what to do to get the shipping. I saw people went to go check out stuff in the cart and they couldn't check out because there was no shipping. And I was just like, goodness gracious. And yeah, well, now you can do it. I tested on my end. I had my sister test it to see if I could ship. So now apparently when you delete products, you have to go back and do everything. But yeah, the raffle is still going on. I'm probably going to extend it because it's just giving people more and more time to get in the raffle, to be honest, for the speakers and stuff. But yeah, It's not many people in it, to be honest, but I'm like, I'm still just gonna give everything away because of the people that truly support and not the trolls. That's why I'm not doing anything to where the trolls could get in. But you know, even if you sow $1, that still counts. It doesn't matter. You can sow $1 how many ever times you want. It still counts as a ticket per raffle. But a hater got to really be dedicated to sow into somebody to get in a raffle. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, and you could do that on Stripe, like I said, or Cash App and PayPal or whatever. And I write all the names down of it and put it in a, whatchamacallit, a pot or something. I don't know, a jar. God showed me 1810 suddenly, unexpectedly this morning. Yeah, honey, it's for some people it's coming, and other people you have to be at peace with knowing that it's going to take a second. You know what I mean? And you have to be real with yourself because, you know, some people don't receive deliverance in the manner of which is deserved to them because they are hard-headed on the revelation and they don't want to believe it, and, you know, so on and so forth. So you cannot be hard-headed when the Lord is trying to give you a specific word for your circumstance, and you can't feel discouraged and stuff like that. Well, if you do, don't sit in it. You know what I mean? And just let the Lord have his way. If he's saying this person is hard-headed, this person needs to be humble, this person needs to be sat down, or if he says this is going to take 3 years to come to pass, you got to be okay with that, even if you're a year and a half in the stance. And the Lord told me before several times, he said, quit watching the pot, because now you're saying, oh, it's been 6 months of me standing, now you say it's been a year of me standing, now it's a year and a half, and you just quit watching the pot and expect the unexpected and expect nothing, you know, at the same time. Like, just expect the unknown to happen, really, right? But yeah, I hope that makes sense. Like, yeah, have your home cleaned, have everything situated, have your nails done, have your whatever makes you feel beautiful, have that done. Your beauty treatments or whatever makes you feel beautiful, right? And don't do those things. Don't do those beauty treatments because specifically you're waiting on a spouse. You know what I mean? By faith, yeah, that's cool. But then it's coming to a point to where, is it turning into like, I'm taking care of myself? It's on the brim of idolatry. I wouldn't say it's all the way there, but it's on the brim of idolatry when you do stuff like that, right? Because without that person, would you have done that? No. But you're letting a person fuel you. And I have put this, I didn't put it on here, but I put it on Facebook. I said, when you start a business, specifically to stunt on your haters, you are already starting that business on a sloppy foundation. That is not in the manner that should fuel you to start a business. Oh, I need to stunt on all the people that ever did me dirty. Oh, I need to look good for this kingdom spouse, or I need to look good for this person. You get what I'm saying? How you keep oil? What do you mean? You keep oil by really going to God. I don't know what you're trying to say. How do you keep being renewed and refreshed and stuff like that? You just got to stay in the Lord's presence, whatever that looks like. You know, be intentional about talking to him about any and everything. Pray without ceasing. And I told you guys before in the story of Jonah, Jonah started off the prayer. In the title of it says Jonah prayed, and it says, Lord, did I not tell you? He started the prayer off just talking. You know what I mean? So when you just sit there and you talk to God about whatever's bothering you, whatever that thing is, yeah. I've been wondering, this is for a good while. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, honey. Like, you just keep going to God. I told the Lord, I said, Lord, I'm drained. I don't want to pray for this person anymore. That was all the way last year, right? December. And he said, well, you don't have to. And I was like, are you sure? And he said, yeah, I'm going to cause a storm to happen. He said, I'm going to send an east wind. And he did. He sent that east wind, and they broke up and all yada, 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 all that extra stuff, right? But I'm going to let y'all know, I'm not standing for him right now at all, because there's a divine whooping that's taking place, and I am not about to get whooped in behind nobody. You are grown, you know what I mean? You're a grown man. You're going to have to figure it out, baby. But yeah, like when I was getting whooped, nobody was really in my corner. And I don't say that in a way like, oh, you know, nobody had me. Like, no, I had to go through my judgment. And I know how the Lord feels about me, or I know a fraction of how the Lord feels about me. And he loves me, right? And he loves you too. So I'm not trying to make this all about me. But if he tore me down like that, and he loves me, he will tear these people. He stripped me of everything, clothes, materialistic stuff, finances, housing. I slept outside, and I was pregnant. He didn't go easy on me. Pregnant, okay? Pregnant and outside. Pregnant sleeping on basketball courts, okay? So I'm trying to tell y'all, if I had not went through that season, if I had not went through that judgment, I wouldn't be how I am right now, today. I wouldn't be as intentional about seeking the Lord. I wouldn't go and confide in him about any and everything. So when I say from experience, let that man get that whooping. Let that sister, that woman get that whooping. Please allow them. If it looks like them being outside pregnant and sleeping on a basketball court, so be it. Have your way. God kept me. Okay? He kept me. All right? So I'm telling y'all, it doesn't matter what it is. Oh, I don't want them to be homeless. I don't want them to. They're going to be all right. Okay? And depending on how hard-headed that child is, y'all, I was so hard-headed. Depending on the hard-headedness is going to depend on, that's how the severity of the whooping is going to be. Okay? Okay? I didn't see the song. I haven't been praying for my spouse either. Don't want to get entangled anymore. God is giving people over to the reprobate mindset. God is also releasing people to new kingdom spouses. And I know that people are so against that. Talking about, no, God did this. God appointed Saul. Saul messed around and had to find out. Saul ended up dying, and David ended up being put in his place. Okay? I need y'all to understand the assignment. When God has a goal, he's going to get to that goal. His word of what he said is going to happen is not going to return to him void. Oh, yeah, I did listen to that song. So it's stuff like that, because I saw somebody in the comments say, God raised up another. We cannot say that with God, anything is possible, and then say, this is not possible. Because then you're underestimating God himself. I just want to emphasize that. You can't say that and then say that, that's not possible. Because a lot of people say it's impossible for the sea to be opened up and then swallow up people. And it's not. So nothing's impossible. Let God have his way. If for the people, and I don't know who this is for, I don't know if it's 1, 2 people. If the Lord has said, I'm releasing you, I'm going to send someone else. What can you do about that? Because that word is not going to return to him void. If anything, you're going to waste a couple of years, and then you're going to finally say, okay, I give up after 15 years. I'm not standing for this person anymore. Okay? So you cannot, I'm letting people know. And then other people, it's like, it's for the people that want to stand. You know, God is saying don't stand. And for the people that don't want to stand, God is saying stand. Because he's trying to teach you something. He's trying to get you out of that stubborn mindset. Okay? So it's just stuff like that, you know? But yeah, especially a lot of people are mentally bound, and you're being held captive in your own mind, hyper focusing on covering someone. Worry about you. Okay? God cannot, if the Lord has called them, right? Can't nobody snatch them out of God's hand. Okay? God never leaves or forsakes people. In other words, he's going to keep them alive. All right? God said nothing is invisible for him, impossible. But yeah, I just thought I'd say that and just let y'all know that I am being attacked. And I don't know how this is going to go at all. But I can see it, you know, with my spiritual lens, I see it. So it's like, all right, Lord, I'm just waiting for the storm to be over. But in the storm, take off. Eagles take off in the storm, and they get to their highest in the storm. So keep that in mind. But don't forget, if you guys want to enter the raffle, sow something. It doesn't matter what it is. I mean, you could be petty and sow a penny. I'm not even playing. But I'm just not going to allow these bots to come in and take a gift for y'all, period. But yeah, PayPal, Stripe, Cash App, or buy something off the website. Buy some oil off the website. Some, oil, lip glosses, or whatever, or book a one-on-one call. Like I said, per item, per dollar, per penny is going to be a raffle ticket. So yeah, Satan is because I was ready to go back to corporate America. I said, I was like, Lord, I want to do something where I can turn off my brain. I'll just go and work for Amazon, right? So I applied for Amazon. It took them 3 months to get back to me when he first spoke it to me. And then they finally, in October, we're in October, they're like, we got a job offer, Jessica. And I'm like, okay, so I take it, right? And well, not the first one, but I went on there and found me one. I said, Lord, it's going to have to be you that causes this job to not go through. When I say they took the offer back the next day, I prayed that prayer that day. I said, Lord, I know that I'm not supposed to be in corporate America. I know this, and I know this is a faith walk, but I'm not willing to sleep outside again. You know what I mean? But yeah, so it's like being 100% dependent on the business is like almost insane. And I keep telling the Lord, I kind of don't even want to do this anymore. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, but I'm gonna stand on business about it. Yeah, because I'm like, you know, rent is due, and buying product. By faith, I took my rent money and bought product. And I'm like, it's not being bought, but the Lord keeps telling me I need to promote more on different platforms, not just, you know, this. Oh, what is it for you is for you. I felt it this morning. God nudges me to pray for you. Amen. Yeah, thank you. Because I literally was like, Lord, I'm still thinking about it, y'all. I'm not going to lie about going back to corporate America, just so I don't get put out. But yeah, anyways, move forward. God's going to handle it. Continue for the people that have intercessor gifts to pray for me. I think somebody was praying a silly prayer the other day regarding me. That's why I say I'm really not trying to be mean when I say if you don't have that, you don't have that, and that's okay. You know, please do not just go praying for anything for me. I've done that before, where I prayed that someone get a man. I said just a good man, not a godly man, not a nothing. And she got that, and it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible, y'all. So don't just be a anything prayer. If the Lord, if you pray for somebody and you don't have specific things coming to mind while you're praying, cease on that. Pause on that. Wait. So you're not just praying anything over them. You have to wait for more revelation. Now, regarding yourself, God will give it to you. He will tell you what's to come. One thing I'm not doing is going in the gym. Funky. Oh, yeah. But anyways, like, share, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. I love you guys all. I pray you guys have a... Hey, what about throat? I pray you guys have a blessed day. Go ahead, shop now, y'all. Till next time.